What's up? It's your boy Bree the Expediter, and I'm sitting here with Charles, all right? And she is an amazing painter. This is a special edition because we're actually live on set, man, and we got her artwork in the background. So as you guys know, what we do on Cargo Conversations is it's an opportunity for us to do some cross-disciplinary education. So we're gonna ask Aya a few questions about like her background, how she got into this, and then we're gonna go into like some tips and tricks that she can give us that might apply to the expediting experiences. So if y'all at this moment when you're watching this, go ahead and drop X's in the chat because we about to drop some real bars, right? So Aya, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Man, I'm blessed. Like since we sitting in front of this beautiful masterpiece, can you tell them like what it is and how long it took you to actually do something like this?
Well, this is a tiger, of course, and it represents this entire brand of just, like you see, his face is open, he is just ready for the hunt. Like he's going out there, he's ready to eat, make things happen, get on that road and just get it done.
Just get it done, man.
I started at 1 o'clock and I finished at 8, so it took about 7-8 hours.
I stopped a lot. I had a lot of questions, right? So y'all already know I'm always like asking questions, trying to learn something. So all right, well, cool. We got that. We definitely gonna come back to that. But can you give us a like? Can you paint us a picture of like not even painting, but like where, like how did your creative like creativity start? Like where did that blossom? Like the earliest memory, like.
I can say that I always have been creative.
Okay.
But if you were to ask my parents, even before I knew it, I always had something in my hand. Like, I always had my hand like this or like this, and they would always open it up and it'd be the smallest thing. I was
You said you always had something
in my hand. Like, it didn't matter what it was. If it was a bead or a rock I found outside. Or I always had something in my hand, and it was just like, it showed us that you had so much creativity because you just would look at the details of everything that you saw and would keep it with you until you could just like analyze it.
Almost.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So I never really threw them away. I just kept them until I would just like discover what it was. So I just always was just looking to see why things were the way they are, question things, and just figure out like what did I want to do with it.
Wow. Wow. So all right, so you always had things in your that's something I've never heard anybody say before. Like that's a first. Like that's really cool. And definitely gonna come back to that later in this conversation. But can you give us the journey of like what sparked you to like actually like start using your art as a like in a professional manner? Like what sparked that, and like how did you get to painting?
I could say that when I was younger, I had a lot of things going on in the house and like at school, dealing with just things going on in my life. It was therapy. It was just a way for me to get away. It was just a positive escape that I had control over. So my mom always taught me that no one can control or give you happiness. Only you can do that. And the only thing that worked was art. So I used to always draw, and I just would always fall in love with just doing stuff for me until others started to find the same love and appreciation for it as I did for myself. So when I got to middle school, that's when they started seeing that I actually had talent. Like I was selling to my teachers, I was selling to my classmates, I was making money. And they just told me. So
you were selling products in middle school?
Well, I was selling stuff since elementary, but like I sold candy and stuff like back in the day. So origami, fortune telling. I was hustling.
So hold on, like, all right, that's what's dope is that you got two parallel things. Give me a second. You got two things that's growing at the same time. And a lot of expediters out there know that I always talk about this concept of duplexing, right? That was like my first like passive like investment that really helped me understand how money works. But duplexes is one house, but it got two things. So I found it sounds like you've grown with the idea of duplexing. You was a creative, and you also Okay. And that started in elementary school.
Elementary school.
And you don't know where that came from.
My dad and my mom always used to just say, figure it out. And when they didn't give me money, I figured it out. I put my book bag full of all the snacks in the house that we didn't like and sold them at school. Made my little money and got what I wanted.
And so that's what it started. And I was like, I want this. Y'all not going to give it to me. This is my solution.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard, bro.
Yeah.
Dang, that's hard. Okay. So you always been selling stuff, like
yeah,
pretty
always.
much. And you always been making stuff too, sell.
Always making stuff like origami, fortune tellers. If you want for extra 50 cents, if you're trying to do a fortune for your crush.
You had a higher price.
Yes, like if you're trying to do a fortune with your crush and let them know that you like them, like I'll make it all personalized, but gotta pay a little more. Like,
hold on.
I used to do stuff like that when I was a kid.
You had a so this is all in your mind. Like you like, hey, if you really want to make an impression, you can pay more money and I'll make it more exclusive for you.
Mm-hmm.
And you saying that just was.
Yeah, I got you ever since. Like.
I got you ever since.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's when we free.
And when back in the day, we had something called Happy Crack, where you mix Kool-Aid with sugar and you
come on, stop playing.
But,
did y'all put pickles with it though?
But mine was better because the teachers always caught people because your fingers would turn color. Yeah. I got the invisible Kool-Aid and I just marked each flavor and I was like, you want this? You gotta pay extra $. So you could get your flavors and your teacher wouldn't catch you eating Happy Crack in school.
Oh, let's see. I thought she was a legitimate hustler, but what I'm realizing now, you was selling dime bags and a Happy Crack at school.
Sugar and Kool-Aid, but the kind that
the invisible kind. Yes. You had the blue magic before it was.
Yep, because everybody else they were selling it. I had to make mine better, so.
What did you come up with? So you seen a problem that it got on their hands.
And the teachers always caught us. So if you get the invisible kind, just make sure you write down the right flavor.
How did you know that there was invisible Kool-Aid?
I just went to the store at Walmart with my mom, and she was like, "Oh, they got the invisible kind." And my sister was like, "I don't want that. I want to see the color." And for some reason, I was like, this might work with my brand. And then I tried it.
With your brand? You had a brand?
It was just ice, like it was just.
You wrote on the stuff?
Yeah.
What? You had a brand. This was what? How old? What?
Like about 7, 8, 9. I was 2nd, 3rd grade.
She had a brand in 3rd grade. Lord Jesus. Oh man, that's so dope, by the way. Golly, like, okay. So you went from selling crack. No, selling crack to 3rd graders. No, I
went for selling crack to 3rd grade.
Let's talk about it. The tell all, like, and then from there, you had this entrepreneurial background, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you always was making stuff.
Yeah.
So how did you get into painting though? Like
when I was a senior in high school,
mm-hmm.
they saw my talent and was like, "Why are you in this class? We're gonna put you in AP Art." So when I got into there, my professor, Mr. Hicks, was like, "I've been teaching for 40 years. There is nothing I can teach you. So I'm just gonna give you whatever you want." So he showed me the school's business credit card and was just like, "What do you want?" I was like, "I've always wanted to paint." And I fell in love with paintings. My first painting that I ever did was a commission.
Hold on. Wait. Golly, don't put the crazy crack on just yet. Like, hold on. So, hold on. Okay, so you told me, you just said that before you even became a painter, your teacher who'd been teaching for 40 years told you that there was nothing that he could teach you.
Yes, like if you ask him to this day, he'd be like, "No, I ain't teaching nothing. I'm not gonna be trying to get me caught up because I can't make miracles." Like,
So
Yeah.
what made him say that? Like, did you show him some of your work?
Yes,
Like,
because the thing is, I was just drawing and stuff. That's how I got figured out that I need to be in that class.
Yeah.
And
you got any of your drawings on your phone?
I just have recent stuff. Like my drawings.
Okay. Nothing old. Okay. I just want to know what makes a teacher say, I can't teach you anything. Like.
Yeah. I can show you a drawing that I did when I was in I was 13. My cousin sent it to me. I was good back then too. It's kind of faded though.
I think they'll get the picture. What? And who is this?
That's her when she was little. I was just drawing people.
Y'all look. Well,
it's faded.
It got paint on it.
Yeah, too.
I don't know why she has paint. She's not a painter, honestly. But let's see if this is. Yeah, y'all can see that. Wow, that's cool. I don't know if this one gonna readjust. Oh, it did. Y'all see it a little bit. Okay, cool.
That was when I was younger, and I always drew, and that's like the bones of art. But when I got into painting, I was called by it was like a museum in Louisiana. Mm-hmm. It was like, we want you to design a banner. So I was like, well, why not be my first test for for painting? And I actually won the competition. I was able to have my banner up for Black History Month to this day in Louisiana. And it was just like, you painted before? I was like, no, this is actually my first try. So I just been painting ever since because I went from black and white to full on color, so I just love color. Like everything.
What do you mean you went from black and white to full? What does that mean?
Because I always used to use just pencil. Like I didn't really go for like crayons and color pencils. I would just do black and white sketch. So when I found paint, I fell in love. So at that point when your teacher said there's nothing that I can teach you, mm-hmm. Was he like help me? I really wanted because I really care about early childhood education, right? One of the most impactful teachers of my entire life was a guy named Mr. Bill Lamar. Mm-hmm. He would let his students come into his class every day and do an extra credit project if they wanted to, right? So because of that, I had all of this energy. I never heard anybody say that. I just started learning as much as I possibly could because he gave us that opportunity. So with me sitting here listening to you say a teacher told you that he didn't have anything that he could teach you, let alone just an art teach, I just don't get the mindset of a teacher saying that. And I know he means it as positive, but if you can paint that picture of what, you know what I'm saying? My first semester there, they were putting a bunch of stuff in front of me, all right, this is what we're gonna learn, this is what we're gonna learn. And I'll be done with it in maybe 10 minutes. I was always, I might have never heard of the concept before and I would just finish it. And they were just like...
Let him know you alright, please. I don't want no problems. No problems. Said I'm good.
I'm finishing up. Can I call you back?
Tell sis I said she can see my driver's license and I told her to pick up the phone too. I told her.
I'm almost done, Shayla. I'll call you back when I get out of here. That's the owner. Who I did the painting for. That's the tiger. I know, right?
Thank you. No, where you at? We on.
But hey, I'll call you back. Okay. All right.
Oh, what happened? Okay, we still got that one. It's cool. Go back on. Shut out. Yeah. But that's fight. Nah, we was really touching something because I was definitely scattered as to how that happened. All right. So just to come back, we were talking about how Aya's teacher told her that there was nothing that he could teach her anymore, and she was explaining how they had assignments, and he was and you would just blaze through them.
Yes, he basically was just telling me you found your style, you found what we teach as artists. No one taught the artists of the past. We are learning from those people.
Hold on. I gotta hear this.
The artists that came before us had nobody. They just came up with these new ideas, and now we're teaching it to y'all. He basically said I was one of those artists. I've come up with my own style to where you can't really do anything because I already know what I want to do. No matter what you threw at me, I could get it done because it was a part of me. It wasn't something that I had to learn. So you're just like, I just want to see what you do in the class. And he just gave me the opportunity to just buy supplies and just figure whatever I wanted to do.
Okay.
So he just watched me in there. He was like, there's nothing that I can give you that's gonna make you better than you are. Like you got this.
So what you saying is that, because what this now what makes a lot more sense to me. He's been teaching art class for 40 years, so he's been around art enough to know a well-defined art style, right? And so when he's seen your style of artwork, he's seen that, wow, she's a little bit of this, she's a little bit of that, and I ain't seen nobody cross these lines like I seen. So that's what he was saying, okay.
Yeah, so he was like, there's nothing I can give you that's gonna improve you. You already got it. Like, you got it.
But you know what's crazy? This is fire, right? This is what I pulled from it. Him saying, let me just let you do what you're doing, that was him.
Exactly.
See, like, because some people might not need point A, point B, point C. Some people might just need, here go a big football field. Create.
Do what you gotta do.
And that's
exactly what he did. He was my favorite art teacher for that.
Wow, what's his name? Shout him out.
Mr. Hicks. He graduated. He retired 2 years ago. He was my Western High School AP professor.
And is he still following you? You get to talk to him?
Yeah, he'll message me every now and then and be like, "Hey, Aja, just want to let you know I'm not taking credit of your work ever. Everybody thinks that I'm amazing, but I didn't do anything."
That's awesome.
He's funny. He's really cool.
That's
Down
dope.
to earth.
So from there, he got you our supplies. You got in contact with this Louisiana.
And after that, I actually started joining clubs like Future Business Leaders of America. I actually placed third in the nation for my business plan, and they were like, we ain't never had nobody do an art business plan before. So I used all of those resources to actually go to Louisiana after I graduated, and I started like doing a mini business just to see like how I was going to make it grow.
You went to Louisiana as like an internship or something?
No. I just did that to get my footing because I have a lot of family out there and knew a lot of people.
So you was living there for a second?
I was living there for 3 years, and I did everything between floats. I did Mardi Gras floats. I did murals. I did things for like country clubs and like I think my favorite one was for a Black Cowboys group. So they had all their horses out there, and I would do the backdrop for like their scenes and stuff. So I just did a little bit of everything. Like anything that they asked me to do, I did it, and I just wanted to push myself to my limits. And I also was a cake decorator on the side, so it was fun. And then I came back to Columbia, and I got a job at Cracker Barrel just for a start, and then I moved to Verizon. I stayed there only for 3 months because my boss was like, if you don't quit, I'm gonna fire you because you were too good. So I used my Verizon money to launch my brand, and I've been just creating ever since. I've not stopped. This is my source of income. It's how I live, and it's wonderful.
Wow. All right. So as we can see, it sounds like I is pretty much a prodigy, right? Like, that was like the closest word out that makes sense to me so far. So like expediting, basically, you know, we pick up freight and we deliver it like from one end of the country to the next at times, right? And we have challenges and stuff like that, and I like to bring people on here like to hear some of the tips and tricks in their industry, which we know that you are. I don't want to even just call you a painter. Like I just want to say you're a creator.
That's
like,
all I say. I'm a creator because painting is my main, but I do a little bit of everything.
That's hard.
Mm-hmm.
So can you drop like? I just want to ask you for like 3 tips, like something that you've learned from being a creator that like that blossomed out of this space that you in? Like, what's one tip? Like, what's?
I got 3 for you.
Okay.
So the first one is investing in yourself.
Okay.
The second one.
Hold on.
Oh.
Give us a little context.
Okay. So when I say investing in yourself, I learned that the more that you put in yourself and just trying to figure out who you are, what you like, what you dislike, and just figuring out who you are as a person allows you to move the right ways. You know how you work, so that when you're trying to get opportunities or get things done, you know how to do it properly. A lot of people don't take time out to get to know themselves and they don't get anywhere. So that helps tremendously. My second thing would be failures are the most important key to success. Because honestly, you can't learn anything from always winning. You need people to criticize you. You just need to lose so you can see where your faults are so that you can be even stronger to where you never failing.
You got any losses that really taught you a lot? Like,
I think the number one thing that I could say is when you have opportunity, you need to be ready for it.
No, I'm saying, do you have like a quick?
That's the story. Like,
okay.
I remember that I was called by Steve Harvey when I was 18, and he wanted me to come on the show to talk about my art, and I wasn't ready, and I never got the opportunity because he wanted everything to be done fast. Like, can you send this to me in a minute? Do you have this on your hand right now? And I had nothing. Like, I wasn't prepared. And that goes along with investing in yourself, making sure that you got your crap together. I didn't. And I lost that shot. And I was just like, never again. So now I just make sure I do what I gotta do to make sure, like, when that opportunity comes, I'm busting down the door. Like, you crack it open, I'm coming in.
I got everything.
Yeah, I got everything.
Again, so.
So that would be my number 2 thing. Make sure you take advantage of those opportunities, because that might be your only shot, and you don't know where it could take you. So that would be number 2. And number 3 is consistency. That's just straight up. Like, if you want anything to happen, like, you need to show that you really putting in your work and at a consistent basis. Otherwise, nothing's gonna grow. You really need to treat it like a child. Like, if you want your child to turn out a certain way when they get older, you have to constantly love on them, constantly take them places, constantly talk to them.
Nurturing.
Just like you do with the child when you do that to your business. Make sure you do your stuff, make sure you check on everything, make sure everything's good. It's just hand in hand. If you want a good outcome, you gotta put it in. Wow. So that'll be my top 3.
I think everything that you said definitely applies to the expedited industry, right? Especially the part about learning from failure, like.
Yeah.
And to hear that you was like almost on, like, you had the Steve Harvey shot, like, it really hit home with me, because it's like stuff that I know I need to do. And so it's like, that's just like, okay, well, it's time to get it done. Like, ain't no more play, you know what I mean? So that's hard. Well, I think you dropped some bars on us, and I hopefully you'll come back and do this again, because I know you grow every day. So every time you grow, like I want to be able to come back with you, like, you know, maybe when you have some time, 3-4 months from now, like, here's some more gems that you might share with us as you grow to the next level, man. So I appreciate you so much.
No problem.
This was amazing.
It really was.
And remember, like we always say, y'all, it ain't about how hard you hit, but about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward, how much you can take and keep moving forward. That's the way winning is done. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not blame him, her, or anybody, because cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that. So if you know what you're worth, go out and get what you're worth, but you gotta be willing to take the hits. It's your boy, Bree. Let's get it. Hey, can you throw up an X for us, Bree? Let's just Xing out all excuses. We the expediters.
I like that.
That's good.